verse of the day that came into my email I wanted to show you was Romans 10:13. I think it says for everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. And I love that verse because it really, really, backs up my faith in Christ. And it reminds me every day that there's hope. There's hope no matter what this world comes to, no matter where my life ends up. There's hope. There's hope in Christ. So, okay, I wanted to show you something that came into the mail today that I was waiting for. All right, the kids are watching a cartoon. I hope that doesn't this isn't monetized anyway, but I hope that doesn't get me into trouble. A Taste of Cowboy. This is an amazing book by Kent Rollins, and I believe he's been on the Food Network before. I checked this out of the library first, checked it out, and I put all these tabs all over it right here, and I had so many in here, I said, okay, I need to buy this. It's kind of like he talks about the history of the cowboy, as well as lots and lots of, he's like a cook. That you would have like Cookie out on the Old West, and he actually cooks that way for, the cowboys and things like that, which now he does catering and he does all kinds of other stuff as well. But he, it's amazing. He's got this old-fashioned wagon, and he does old-fashioned cooking. It is really amazing, but his recipes, oh my goodness, his recipes are like crazy. And so simple the recipes are that, it's not going to be, I think the hardest thing there was for me to find that I couldn't just, pull out was in his recipe for throwdown winning chicken fried steak, which he won against Bobby Flay. And this is it, and I will tell you, I've made this twice, and it does come out just like this. It is absolutely phenomenal, but you have to do it the way he says. And so he has the recipe here for the golden fry batter, and the way that he says he really gets a nice crispy crunch on that is to use, instead of just regular egg, he actually uses egg powder, whole egg powder. And this is the one that I use. It is from Augustin Farms. You can get it on Amazon. I get it at my local Winco. They'll carry it. Sometimes Walmarts will carry it. It has 72 servings in this number 10 can, which I figured out is pretty comparable in eggs. It is the whole egg powder. It is not fake egg. It is not egg white. It is whole eggs, and that is it. And so I'll show you what it looks like inside, but it works really well. There's the egg powder right there. And so you use like 1/3 cup of the powder and 1/3 cup of water is going to give you 2 eggs. Here's the, and a serving size is 2.5 tablespoons. But in order to get 2 eggs, you're going to put 1/3 cup to 1/3 cup. So it kind of like helps you, gives you some directions here. And again, it's nothing but eggs. So anyway, oh, they've got a recipe over here too. I didn't even notice that. Anyway, so one of the good things I wanted to say about this is that you can keep this in it's shelf stable. So if, the store runs out of eggs, like it's happened before, you don't have to, spaz out. Just go to your cupboard and grab some of this. You've got egg for whatever you need, for baking, for scrambled eggs, for whatever you need. You've got it. It's not going to go bad. Doesn't need refrigeration. So I thought that is a really good thing to have. And that's one of the reasons why I think he uses it in here, is because he has very little refrigeration when he cooks out on the plain for the cowboys. Anyway, just wanted to share that. I brought you into my walk-in pantry here, and I am looking for, we have clam chowder. I need clams for Christmas Eve, because what we have is crab legs. So we have like a seafood fest, and now I also need clam juice. I could have swore I stuck it up here with all the soup. You know what? We're going to have to try that. I've got this canned whole chicken. I've not tried it yet, but I think I will. I could have swore I put it up here. Give me just a second. It's either here or it's down here, and I'll find the clam juice. Okay. I don't seem to find it in here. I think, honestly, that maybe I used it. I could have swore I bought some. I have to organize it in here a little bit better. One of the things I wanted to show you about clams is that for a long-term protein source, it is rather good. I mean, this, the pieces, it's like 8 grams of protein, and I think, and that's 3 ounces. And then if you go for the, like, what is it? The big ones, the whole clams, it's like 13 grams of protein in, oh, that's whole, that's 1 can. No, 1 can is a serving size. That can't be. Well, how many clams are there in here? 10 ounces. Huh, that's interesting. Anyway, all right. That means I may need to go to the store and get some clam juice. I'm going to look in my other pantry just off of the kitchen, and then I'll see if I can find it there.
Oh, wait, it's not working.
That is a crazy gun. Oh my goodness. Is it a space gun or like regular cowboy gun?
A space gun.
It looks like a space gun. Very cool. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, it is the 23rd. I just freaked myself out because I thought it was the 24th for a second, and I got scared because I need this day to prepare. Okay, so what I'll probably be doing a little later is making some persimmon pudding, which I make once in a while for the holidays, sometimes for Thanksgiving, mostly for Christmas. And it's like a Christmas pudding, but it's made with persimmons. I tried to make like a traditional Christmas pudding before in the past, and I had a hard time. I mean, it calls for adding suet to it, which is like an animal fat, and it was like, I know, it's a very difficult recipe. And so this one is kind of like it's not an easy recipe, but it's not that hard, and it's easy enough to find the ingredients. It is a steamed pudding. It's very good. I just love it to pieces. It's very fragrant and aromatic. So you put ginger in it, molasses, and persimmons, of course. It's really good. But anyway, so I'll be doing that. But what we normally do is we don't have Thanksgiving turkey, like turkey again. It's kind of redundant for us. And ham was always along for the ride. It wasn't anything, that we really planned on having anyway. And we didn't want to go roast beef and traditional stuff again. So what we decided many years ago, like decades ago, was that on Christmas we're just going to have what we want. And what we wanted was crab legs. And so we love crab legs. We wanted to do like an all-you-can-eat thing. So the menu is homemade clam chowder, and then steamed crab legs and fresh French bread, which I usually get at Albertsons, and it's really good there. And then I've got a couple of take and bakes so that they'll be like, they'll feel really fresh. And then I get a wheel of brie cheese and just take a whole bunch of ripe avocados and I cut them in half and put them on a platter. And we just have that with the French bread. This year we're also having shrimp and scallops. We have drawn butter. It is kind of a fatty meal, but it's once a year, so I don't worry too much about it. But we do have to have it at lunchtime rather than at dinner, because with all that heaviness sitting in your system, it's kind of hard to sleep. But it is worth it, I would say. It's really fun. And the dessert is either the persimmon pudding, or I'll just have like a fruit tray with berries, or something like that. But then that's it pretty much until, well, New Year's Eve we have like cheese and crackers and some snacks, but and a Twilight Zone marathon. But anyway, this year for Christmas, it's been so stressful out there, Let's talk for a second about that. I don't know what your experience has been like, the shopping experience, but I've done a lot of online orders, and I've done a lot of in-person, shopping, but been real careful about that. I usually have to go like first thing because I want to avoid the crowds. And so it's been, kind of, difficult in that aspect. We decided not to just, it seems like when you're buying for kids, sometimes it's hard to go, okay, this is enough, right? And then especially when you have like 3 little ones at home, you're going, well, I don't want to do more for this person than this person, and I want them to all feel equally, appreciated and loved. And we said, you know what? We usually do shoebox Christmases with our kids, and that is they get one. In the past, they've gotten, of course, their stockings. We put little things in the stockings, and then they got like one big gift from mom and dad, and then we'll fill a shoebox with small gifts, and that we've kept it at that. And it brought our stress level down because we didn't have to, it wasn't really all about the presents, although they were nice gifts. And this year we said, you know what, let's just do the stockings this year. And we're going to, because we want to include the kids really they've been earning money and working hard this year. And we said we really want to give them the opportunity to buy for others and to make presents for others or whatever, to really participate. And so we said, you know what, let's just give one gift from each person in our family to the other persons in our family. And so that means that the kids will all get one from each other. They'll also get one from mom and dad, from mom, and one from dad, which we're signing mom and dad on both of them because they're really from both of us. But so that's going to be a nice little bundle plus their stockings. But and it just really reduced the amount of stress. I mean, I was like, we did our shopping and stuff, and we just thought, wow, we're done. We're done, because we're not just, there's not that feeling of, did I get enough? Did I get enough for this person? Is this enough for this person? You know what I mean? And with our son who lives in another state, I've already mailed his package. And so, I think I'm pretty much caught up. Except for there's something very special I want to get my husband. My husband and I have kind of like left ourselves until the end, and I think because we really want it to be special. And it's really hard when you're trying to find somebody. I've already got like a couple of things for him that are going to go in his stocking, that are special, but I wanted something that was that one. And it's really hard to say this one person that means the whole world to me, that I can never say thank you to for all of his love and devotion. What do you give somebody like that, right? I have something in my mind, and I think I'm going to pick it up today. But one of the things that I wanted to do was take him to the jeweler and get his wedding ring fixed, because it cracked and it pinches him sometimes. And I couldn't really do that as a surprise without measuring his finger and without him knowing it. So that might be something, I thought about getting us, maybe we could go in together and get new bands, but we really don't want to do that. He's gotten me a couple of rings since then that are like a 10-year ring that's gorgeous, and then I have another one, but we went back and started wearing the very simple wedding band. It's white gold and regular gold, and it has 3 teeny tiny little diamonds in there. And he surprised me with those the day that we got married. And I had been wearing the ring that was handed down from his mom before that, but he wanted to give me something that was from him. And we were, he was new into the Air Force then, and we didn't have a lot of money. So he bought what he could afford and paid on it, paid on the set. And he wanted to surprise me at our wedding day, and he did, and it was just beautiful. And so those are what we wear now, are the ones that we wore then on the first day that we started. And so it's really hard to change these bands and like update them and get new ones, because this is really where it all started, what it's all about. And since then it's been like 34 years. Anyway, thanks for listening. I just wanted to chat a little bit this morning. I'll probably see you later making some pudding, you guys. I hope you enjoy the day. Love you a lot. Thanks for listening, and have a wonderful, what is this, 23rd, pre-Christmas Eve date. It's just the 23rd. See you later.